Hey y'all, I'm here. I'm here with another video. So we are here for Do You Believe ERIKA JAYNE? Because that's pretty much what the rest of the season gonna turn into. It's fine. It's fine. This is pretty much really just gonna be what happened with Denise, but a little bit different. Because all it is, this whole season is pretty much resting on, do you, as the viewing audience, and do the girls, do they believe ERIKA when she said she didn't have anything to do with it? Now, everybody is saying that certain things don't make sense. Like I'm seeing the rest of the season. I'm sorry, yeah, my tooth is hurting me. Everybody's saying this doesn't make sense, that doesn't make sense. I need to see the rest of the season to see like what else comes out. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I don't. Outside of watching that documentary, like I told y'all, oh my gosh, my mouth is really hurting me. Hold on. Okay. Outside of watching that documentary, The Housewives and the Hustler, the one that I did a review on, I didn't really hear anything outside of that. But I feel like that news piece probably covered everything. But I don't know. Maybe we'll find out more stuff. So let's get to it. We're Housewives of Beverly Hills, episode 10. Okay, so it's time to go on a girls' trip. I think they're going to. Are they going to Palm Springs? I believe, because I think Kyle has a house or something like that out there. So we see ERIKA, she sold her clubhouse or whatever that, she used to do all her stuff as. So she talks about that. She talks about how she has not got one dime from Tom, since she left, even though people think otherwise. That's because people don't know Tom is broke. Tom don't have, listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Tom don't have a dime to his name. He said it his damn self during the deposition. He ain't got no damn money. He broke, okay? So everybody gets to the house or whatever, and Kyle tells us that Crystal, Garcelle, and ERIKA, they're all going to be staying at a hotel, and all the other girls are going to stay at the house, okay? So everybody's like, well, did y'all hear about what happened, like, with ERIKA and Tom? Because apparently that day it was court. So Dorit was like, well, I read, and then they pull up like the page 6 article, which fuck page 6, but whatever. Pretty much it said that all of Tom's assets have been frozen because $2 million were used inappropriately according to the government, and so they froze all his assets. Like I told y'all last week, he don't got no money. He got disbarred. All of this other shit. Like Tom is broke. Okay, so then they also talk about how the lawyers wanted to do a mental evaluation. I talked about that last week too. Because they feel like he's not fit. He don't really even understand what's going on. Let me tell you something, Kyle. Kyle, let me tell you something, Kyle. Girl, me and you, we've been doing so good this season. Kyle, we're doing so good this season. Like, me and you, we're here. We're doing so good. Bitch, I don't know. Did you like watch my reviews last season and like took what I said to heart about your fashions? Cause girl, you stepping it up this season. That all black confessional look, bitch, you look fucking amazing, Kyle. The hair, the dress, the makeup, the opulence, it's giving, Kyle. That is a look. That's a confessional look, bitch. You looked amazing, and that so much shit. If I had to write that down, okay. So then ERIKA arrives, okay, and so when she first comes in, everybody comes in and gives her a hug, and she starts crying and stuff, saying she's not doing well. So she says when she sits down that Tom lawyer told her that she doesn't think that he's doing well mentally. And she was like, well, I've been saying this for years and nobody wants to listen to me. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say this is her building the case for Tom and, him being mentally unfit and stuff like that. But like, I'm not trying to say that she's lying, but like, Tom is old as dirt. Tom is as old as dirt. I'm pretty sure at whatever age Tom is at. How old is Tom? Matter of fact, let's look that up. Let's see. Tom Girardi age. He is 82 years old. That man is old. Okay, so that does not surprise me that he probably will really be mentally declining. Now, do I think they using this now as a excuse kinda to help him out? Yes, but that don't mean that it can't be true at the same time. Okay, so They talk about, like Sutton is like, but I don't understand, like, why are you getting pulled into the lawsuit if it doesn't really have anything to do with you? I've explained that last week. If you didn't hear it, go back and watch my last video. I've explained it 3 times why ERIKA got pulled into it. Dorit made a good point and talked about how the whole situation with her and PK, I think like last season or the season before, when he had all of those people coming for him, she got pulled into it too because she's married to him, and all of the stuff that happened with PK happened before she even, not even before she married him, before she even knew him. That's how it is. Once you get married, your problems is my problems is your problems. That's just how it is. And then especially with them being on reality TV, of course, like the headline didn't even say Tom Girardi. It said Erika Girardi's husband, Tom. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna get pulled into it regardless. Sutton talks about because I think Erika was talking about spending the holiday by herself, and then Sutton was like, well, my dad killed himself the day before Christmas, and that was like really, really hard. And I don't remember this scene last season. Maybe it was there, but I don't remember this. They show a scene from, I think, the previous season or before, when Sutton was talking to her mom, and she's crying, and she was like, because I think she talked about like how her mom was like really mad at her dad, and in the clip it shows she was like, I don't understand, like, why aren't you like happy, or why aren't you like, I don't know, sad or anything like that? Like, my store is like the name of her store is her Sutton, but like the logo is like his handwriting, and she was like, well, I don't know, what do you want from me? She was like, I don't know, I just want you to tell me that like you miss him or something like that. And her mom was like, girl, the relationship that you had with your dad, that's your relationship. Our marriage is something completely different. Like, she was like, you miss your daddy. I don't. I said, that's hilarious. Not that he died or anything like that, but I feel Mama's like, girl, he could have been, because let me tell you something. A man can be a wonderful father, but a shitty ass husband and a shitty ass partner, as far as I'm concerned. So that's probably where mama come from. Probably like, okay, that's wonderful. He was a great daddy, but do I miss him? No, because he probably was a shitty ass husband to her. So you can't make her feel the way that you do. That's your father. Ain't nothing wrong with you feeling like that. But I could personally give 2 fucks that the man is dead and gone. Oh well, he treated me like shit, so as far as mama's concerned, fuck him. So anyway, Erika talks a little bit with Lisa outside about how she had got the bill for her heated pool, and she was like, oh no, cut that shit the fuck off. See, that's how I know Erika living on her own, because see, all of these lights that's on right now, as soon as this shit's done, all of this shit's getting cut off, because in the words of my mama, I'm not about to run my light bill sky fucking high. Not happening, okay? Budget, okay? So I got my notes because Kathy Hilton is hilarious. Let me tell you why. Normally, I don't do rich white women and their antics, but it's the way that Kathy Hilton is a rich white woman who has been rich for decades, okay? So her logic and like the way she do things and the way she handles things, it's hilarious, because like Dorit said, she has always had people do stuff for her. So it's just Kathy Hilton, she's a funny rich white woman. Like, she don't try to flaunt it and throw it in your face. She's just like super hilarious to me. A random thing is Drake follows Lisa, and Lisa didn't even think it was that big of a deal. Crystal, me, she's like, bitch, that's a situation. I'd be losing my shit if Drake followed me. Facts of the matter. And it's champagne poppy, okay? That's what it is. So everybody goes outside to eat and stuff, and Kathy got everybody fawning over the damn eclipse and stuff like that, and has Erika blow out some candle about some shit. So let's get to the shits, right? Because there's really not much to talk about here, because we're really just talking about the same shit that we've been talking about, okay? So Kyle says, well, let me ask you this, Erika. Can I ask you something personal? She's like, yeah. She was like, so what happens to ERIKA JAYNE? Meaning, like the brand ERIKA JAYNE, like, the singer, the pop star, all of that. And she was like, I don't know, because I just sold my clubhouse, and I mean, I still got my office and stuff, but I don't know, because I'm pretty sure upkeeping ERIKA JAYNE is expensive. And, Erika was using Tom's plane and money and all that stuff to do all of the stuff that she did. So she was like, I really don't know. Then, Sutton, I don't know if it was Sutton, maybe it was Sutton who was like, or Dorit who was like, I just think it's disgusting, like, you're not going to get any spousal support, because I think Kyle said the same thing. They was like, so you're going to financially have to, like, take care of yourself, like, he's not going to pay any spousal support for you? And she was like, no, but to be honest, there's nothing to get. Like, she kind of, like, said it low, but she was like, honestly, there's nothing to really get or whatever. And they was like, what do you mean? And she didn't say it. Again, Tom is broke. He doesn't have any money. You start listen to me. He doesn't have any money. He's broke as hell, okay? That man spent all his money. He said in his deposition, at one point in time, he had $100 million in stocks and like $50 to $100 million in cash. All of that's gone. He has nothing anymore. Done, okay? So, ERIKA again talks about how Tom got madder and meaner as time went on. Then this is where shit get a little shaky for me. So apparently Tom had a car crash a couple years ago, right? So they flash back like in 2017 when ERIKA and Kyle was talking about it and how ERIKA was like, oh yeah, he got into a car accident. He broke his ankle, But apparently she says it was more than that. Now this whole story didn't make no motherfucking sense to me. She said she found him unconscious. He was unconscious for 12 hours. She said he broke his ankle, his clavicle. He drove off of a cliff. That whole story, he rolled, but he wasn't in the car. Like, he rolled out of the car. Something about that story didn't make no sense. And I don't know why she would lie about that story. I don't really understand. Is that to, like, play more towards his case of, like, him having a head injury and that leading to maybe why he like isn't mentally fit? I don't know, but that story just didn't fucking make sense to me at all. Now ERIKA says that before she found him or some shit like that, like she had called him multiple times and he hadn't picked up, and she didn't really think nothing of it because she thought that he was with another bitch. Now Dorit's face had me cracking up. She was like, everybody says was like, and I'm like, y'all gotta be kidding me. And that's why I'm glad Kyle, how are me and Kyle here this season? It's crazy. I know all of y'all are not surprised that she said he thought he was with other women. Let's be real. We know good and well Tom Girardi was out here fucking any and everybody outside of ERIKA. We all know that. That is not a shocking surprise. None of that is shocking to me. None of that's shocking to me. No shit, he was out here fucking whoever he wanted to. They had a business arrangement. That's what their marriage was, a business arrangement. Yes, she loved him. He might have loved her a little bit, but it was a business arrangement, period. So Kyle was like, to be quite honest, like, I've heard that before. And I was like, exactly. So it's not, she was like, but Kyle, she was like, I did hear stuff, but it wasn't like no real evidence or nothing. It was just talks. When talks like that happen in y'all little circle of Beverly Hills, all them rich places, 9 times out of 10 it's fucking true, okay? They said, and I love how Kyle was like, so you trying to tell me you married, like, he's 80 something years old, 81, 82 years old, and he cheating on you? And ERIKA was like, ain't that some shit? That is some shit. And that's exactly how it go with these, like she said, it's the power dynamic. It's just completely off. And that's exactly why when old ass men get with young women, everybody always looks at it, because that's normally what it is. It's a power dynamic thing. You want to be able to do what the fuck you want to do, but also keep a pretty thing on your arm. That's a lot of times what it is. That's not that crazy. They asked her, like, how did she find out? And she said after Yolanda got a divorce from her husband David. If y'all don't know, I believe, isn't Yolanda Bella and whatever Hadidi, whatever, them models, them little white model girls, isn't that their mama? Because she was on the show too for a little bit. And she was like, after that whole situation, I was like, you want to know what? Because she said, I never went through Tom's phone or anything like that in his business. She said, I picked up his phone, I went through it, and I was like, oh, okay. And she said, and just confirmed what I thought. She said that there was messages there and pictures, and she was like, it was for years, like years and years and years and years and years and years and years. And then I think somebody asked ERIKA, like, why didn't you leave, like, once you found out that he was cheating? And she was like, where am I going? Where am I going to go? And she was like, but you're beautiful and you're smart and you can do it. She was like, where am I going? Because Tom made it very clear this is his house. Exactly. Where was ERIKA going to go? Previous to this whole situation with the lawsuit, if ERIKA would have tried to pick up and leave, Tom would have fucking left ERIKA broke, stranded out here in these streets. He would have did her dirty, period. Especially he's a fucking lawyer. He would have did ERIKA dirty. And she's not the only woman to be in a position where, it's like, yeah, I want to leave, but again, where am I going to go? I don't have any money. I don't have anything. And that's why, women, it's important to have your own shit. Don't get your shit off of no man. Have your own shit, because then when he do fuck up like that, you don't have to sit up there and think, well, damn, I gotta stay for the kids, or oh, I gotta stay fight because of financially. No, I got my own money. I'm out. Deuces. That's pretty much the whole episode. Like I said, I'm gonna stand by what I said until I see the rest of this season, where we are right now, and from everything that I know from that one little ABC special primetime thing I looked at. I believe ERIKA when she said that she did not know that like how that money was coming in. I believe her, and I don't understand, like, I seen somebody on Twitter was like, oh, it's not necessarily that we don't believe that she didn't know, and this, but then put in parentheses, personally, I think she did. Y'all, this is why this is like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. There's a couple shows that I have to stay off of Twitter for and the internet for, because everybody swears they went to law school. Everybody swears they went to medical school. Everybody swears that they know how a business is run. And it really bothers the shit out of me. If you really, really, really break down the whole situation, the likelihood of ERIKA knowing exactly where that money came from is fucking slim to none. Like fucking Dorit said, I'm pretty sure Tom didn't marry ERIKA because she was a great fucking accountant. The same way Dorit sat up there and said, and this is what I'm confused about. So do y'all believe Dorit when Dorit says that she doesn't really know much about the financials? Do you believe Crystal when she says she don't? It's not that hard to believe that a man that was worth a couple $100 million, just like Crystal said, $2 million, that's chump change to somebody like Tom. It seems like a lot of money to me and the average person, but to Tom, that's chump change. That's not a lot of money. So I don't understand how it's hard for people to grasp that. It's very, very possible that a man that was making hundreds of millions of dollars way before, like she said, she even knew him, probably was even fucking born, that she would marry this man and just continue and obviously get money. Of course she ain't gonna know where the fuck specifically it come from. She know that he's a lawyer, he's a high profile lawyer. That's all she know. He had money before her, way before her, had 2-3 wives before her. So why would she come into a situation and be like, yeah, let me see all your financials? I'm pretty sure even if ERIKA did ask Tom to see his financials, he probably would tell her to kiss his ass. Because, bitch, you're not the one making this money. I am. That's not that hard to believe. It's not. Now, I don't know, because I seen somebody say something about she's in court actively trying to fight giving these people their money back. I don't know about that. Now, if y'all are talking about in the sense of she's saying, y'all not about to come for my money, that might seem ignorant, but I understand that. Because, bitch, he did that shit. Period. Whether I don't give a fuck, bitch, he did that shit. Now, if I was if I knew all about that, if I knew that he was taking money specifically from all of y'all people and giving it to me, that's one thing. But I don't feel like she knew that. And I think because she feels like I didn't know that, y'all shouldn't have to come for my money now. Call me heartless, call me whatever it is, but if y'all was in a situation, y'all probably would be doing the same fucking thing. I just don't understand how it's so hard for people to wrap their mind around the fact that she didn't know specifically. She's not, like, come on, y'all, like let's be adults about the whole situation. Like, for real, we're not dealing with average everyday people. Fuck all of that. Average everyday people sometimes don't even fucking know what goes on in their financials. Like I said last week, there are literally middle class families, wives who are stay-at-home moms and don't know shit about their fucking financial situation. What are you talking about? It's not that hard to believe. Now, that fucking story about the car, that wasn't believable. But the whole story, I believe that she didn't know. Period. I think Tom, I don't know how these people gonna get their money. I have no idea how they gonna get their money, where they gonna get it from, because Tom broke as fuck. And ERIKA damn sure don't got enough money to pay all y'all hoes off. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Come on, bye.